around the chamber.
The National Assembly was rife with debate on Wednesday afternoon as members of parliament took to the floor. Kenya Kwanza legislators led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah supported the bill, criticizing the opposition for rejecting the bill which was in Azimio's manifesto in the run-up to 2022 elections.
Honorable Speaker, I support this bill. But Honorable Speaker, the vilification has been informed by misinformation, a lot of propaganda, a lot of insinuations and disinformation of things that are not even in the bill.
Taken to the floor, Finance Committee and Molo Member of Parliament Kuria Kimani defended the bill, saying that the 1.5% proposed housing levy is in order. Kimani said the levy had been reduced from 3 to 1.5% to prevent discrimination against low-income earners.
Hopefully, our good idea can give birth to a great idea, and that great idea can give birth to the greatest ideas.
In a sharp criticism of the bill, Migori Women Representative Fatuma Mohamed faulted Kenya Kwanza for not considering public opinions on the 1.5% housing levy. She said the finance bill did not undergo proper public participation.
Every speaker who is supporting the motion is saying that we have a lot of public debt. What you are not telling us is what informed this public debt.
The Finance Bill 2023, which was amended by the National Assembly Finance and Planning Committee and officially tabled on Tuesday 6 to raise 311 billion Kenyan shillings, which is 100 billion Kenyan shillings higher than the initial bill. The Finance and National Planning Committee amended to reduce the housing levy tax from 3% to 1.5%, a contribution that will be made only by the employer and not both the employer and employee.
Fair of the society and the just government of the people of Kenya, I rise to oppose. It is our business as a the representative of this house to make sure that our people live happily, improve their welfare, and make them feel they are sovereign according to the Constitution of Kenya.
Every speaker who is supporting the motion is saying that we have a lot of public debt. What you are not telling us is what informed this public debt.
The amended bill also proposes to reduce digital levy on content creators to 5% from 15%, double VAT on petroleum products from 8% to 16%, and increase rental income tax from proposed 7.5% back to 10%. President William Ruto will assent to the bill if it passes through the heated debate between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza in Parliament.
Total number of votes cast 257. The ayes 176. The nays 81. Abstentions nil. The of the vote is that the ayes have it.
Victor Enzobeli for EBN TV.
Now, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leaders on Wednesday said they will draft a parallel budget to counter the 2022-2023 financial year budget for the Kenya Kwanza administration. The Azimio leaders led by Raila Odinga said the 3.6 trillion shillings budget does not mirror what Kenyans want from the government. The opposition leaders criticized President William Ruto's inaugural budget, saying that he blindsided Kenyans with a few amendments of the controversial Finance Bill 2023 and maintained that the bill should be withdrawn in its entirety. Although they did not give details of the planned parallel budget, the content and when it will be released, the team said it will go through the 47 counties for public participation.
Pete, we believe in a people's budget. We believe in the rights-based budget. The budget is coming. Kenyans will have the people's budget. We believe in a country that lives within its means so that we are not held hostages by countries that lend us money. We ask Mama Mboga, watu wa mjengo, watu wa mkokoteni, watu wa bodaboda, the teachers, the nurses, the doctors, the hawkers, among others, to ask themselves, does this budget serve your welfare?
This budget, which is clearly anti-people, Azimio will be busy taking the next steps. We are reminding Kenyans this budget will hurt them where it matters most: food, medicine, fuel, cost of living, and many more, as has been outlined. We are reminding Kenyans they are not helpless. The Constitution gives you sovereignty. Let us wait, and if the voices of the people are not heard, people must exercise their sovereignty.
Now, tax and economic experts are now warning that the move to settle at 16% VAT on fuel will immediately put the cost of living on an upward trajectory, hit hard the manufacturing industry, leading to mass layoffs as well as scare away investors in the country. According to the movement, the move to introduce several taxes on Kenyans at a go will also choke them, threatening the financing of the 4.4 trillion shillings budgets in the next financial year.
Of public transportation, the fares will go up. That's the first thing. But then remember, for any agricultural produce to be lifted from the farm to the market is normally transported. That impact will also obviously be translated to the price of food items when it comes to manufacturing. So that's an added cost that will come towards the price of commodities from a manufacturing point of view. And obviously the issue of the cost of power and electricity is one of the deterrents to a lot of investments in Kenya. What certainty or what assurances or what safeguards are in place to ensure that the funds under this housing fund are properly managed and there is accountability to the use of these funds, and the assurance that each and every person who has contributed to the fund will actually get their money back. Is it to the 5% that is normally paid on a withholding tax basis, but have them declare the tax at the end of the year, and any differential of tax on gains, then they should subject it to tax. Any digital content creators who are non-residents, let them pay the non-resident rate of withholding tax of 20%.
Kenya can do better, but I think it's just a focus on the right areas. What is Kenya good at? Kenya is good at agriculture. Kenya is good at tourism, because if we retain our talent in Kenya, we can really grow our economy. There could be various solutions. One is we could ask for a debt relief. Second issue is we could ask for a debt restructuring. But remember, when you do a debt restructuring, the debt still has to be paid. The issue is that you can go to the market, you can go for reform.
Now, the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, on Wednesday released fuel prices taking effect from midnight. In the new review, a litre of super petrol was reduced by 0.66 shillings and will retail at 182.04. Diesel, on the other hand, will retail at 167.28 shillings after being reduced by 1.12 shillings. However, the price of kerosene was increased by 0.35 and will be retailing at 161.48 shillings per litre for the next month. In Mombasa, a litre of super petrol will retail at 179.2, while diesel will be sold at 164.4. A litre of kerosene in the coastal county will go for 158.65 shillings. EPRA also revealed that a litre of super petrol in Nakuru will go for 181.18, as diesel in the new city sells for 166.7. The price of kerosene was pegged at 161.01. The authority added that the new prices will also or have factored in the 8% value-added tax, VAT, as stipulated in the Finance Act of 2018 and the Tax Laws Amendment Act of 2020. Fire has razed down businesses at Mutindwa Market in Buruburu, Nairobi. According to the traders, the fire broke out at 2 a.m. in the morning. The traders who were not able to contain the fire say that they had to watch their properties turn into ashes as they waited for firefighters to respond to their plea. The entrepreneurs have decried the delay by firefighters, saying that if they responded early, the traders could have salvaged some of their property. Sylvia Kemunto reports.
A somber mood engulfed Mutindwa Market on 14th June Wednesday morning as fire razed down the market stalls, destroying property. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined by the authorities, even as residents and some of the business people around the area speculate that the fire was caused by an electricity fault or an abandoned stove in one of the hotels. Speaking to some of the shop owners, they say that the fire broke out around 2 a.m. with the flames quickly spreading around the area, and not even the effort of the fire brigade, who did not arrive on time, was enough to salvage the property.
Fununo mara ni stima, fununo mara ni watu binafsi. Naona mali pia watu wanapata kitu kidogo, labda maybe kuna watu wawivu ama kitu kama hiyo. Sasa bado tumechanganyikiwa, ndio maana yake tumekaa hapa. Tunataka kujua ni nini imefanyika. Hatuna news yoyote yenye inaturidhisha ni nini.
Kwa majina naitwa Silvano. Mimi ni mfanyabiashara wa hii area Mtindwa Market, na kila mtu kwa mkia siku hii ya leo ni Wednesday, tumeshindwa nini imehappen cause mimi nimepigiwa simu karibia saa 8 wakituambia ikiambiwa soko imechomeka, so kidogo au masaibu sijui nini imealeta kabisa. Yes.
Wewe ni mfanyikazi hapa?
Mimi ni mfanyikazi hapa. Nimepoteza a lot. Kulingana na kupiga hesabu yangu nimepoteza karibia 1600. Kwanza mazee, hii nini yetu ya kuzima moto hapa Nairobi County kidogo, bwana Sakaja kidogo anafaangalie sana. Kulingana na vile watu wamekuja hapa karibia saa ngapi? Saa 9 saa 10. Alafu wanakuja na gari moja hivi haina maji, moto iko imechoma vibanda hivi. Wanakuja hiyo masaa alafu wanarudi, yani ati hawana maji. Gavana Sakaja kidogo anafaangalia mambo, kuzingatia emergency zikitokea kukuwe na uwezo wa kukimbiliza hiyo emergency.
Only one shop survived the destruction, and now business people, they are asking the government to intervene and compensate them to enable them to return to normal livelihood.
So kuanzishwa hadi sasa tujabainisha ni ilianzishwa na nini, na kwa sasa tumesema tutakunyosha vidole vya lawama kwa sababu kuna shukiwa, huenda ikawa ni nyaya za stima, huenda ikawa ni mtu ameanzisha, ama ikawa ni labda zile hoteli huwa zinafanya vyakula huku, labda mtu aliwacha marago yake kichemka overnight, inaweza kuwa pia imesababisha moto, lakini kiini haswa hakuna mtu anajua, manake ilifanyika usiku wa manane. So ndio tukasema let us not speculate. Kama vile Madam OCPD ametupa hakikisho wanataka kufanya uchunguzi, sasa iko kwa mkono yao, wao ndio watatubainishia ni inaweza kulisababishwa na nini.
Reporting from EBN TV, Cynthia Kemunto.
Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga on Wednesday visited Toy Market in Kibra after the costly weekend fire incident. The opposition chief, who was accompanied by local leaders, went to assess the damages caused during the inferno. It is believed properties worth millions were destroyed in the incident that occurred on Sunday at around 2 a.m. The real cause of the fire remains unclear. The residents suspect that a possible electric fault might have sparked the fire. DCI detectives had also commenced investigations to establish the cause of the fire. The detectives have collected ash samples for analysis.
Kama walimu hajapata mshahara, umeona hiyo? Walisema Uhuru aliwacha hazina kama iko wazi. Miezi 8 sasa yakiwa kama wanarogota ushuru. Hiyo pesa imeenda wapi? So nasema wanataka kuzidisha ushuru na kujenga manyumba. Manyumba zilikuwa zinajengwa hata ile ushuru ya Uhuru. Kujenga nyumba kwa maskini mimi ndio nilileta. Slum upgrading program. Nilipokuwa mimi waziri wa barabara na ujenzi na manyumba, ndio nilileta mambo ya kujenga manyumba kwa maskini. Tukasema tuanze hapa Kibra. Wakaenda mahakamani, wakasimamisha hapa na pale, mpaka baadaye tulipopita namna hii, tulianza pale huko chini. Tuliwacha paka huko chini. Tulileta ushuru. Tuzidisha ushuru. Tulianza kujenga bila ushuru. Hiyo ushuru kama unataka kuleta, kwanza watu waketi chini wazungumuze. Waelewane vizuri. Unasema hii ni wewe unatozwa kwa sababu unataka ujengewe nyumba. Lakini mwajiri wako anatoa kwa sababu gani? Hiyo ni mpango ambao Bwana Magufuli alifanya kule Tanzania na kainua nayo uchumi kule Tanzania. Sisi kama tungekuwa tumeshika wakati huu, mambo yangekuwa tofauti kabisa. Lakini hawa jamani mayatima ya Nyayo.
Now, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has called for an end to the conflict surrounding the reconciliation talks between the government and the opposition. Addressing residents of Mitaboni at Miomboni Secondary School in Machakos County, Kalonzo said he cannot participate in the upcoming elections with an electoral commission elected by just one side. In addition, Kalonzo explained that the bipartisan talks were stopped after a Rieda member of parliament Otiende Amolo wrote to the Kenya Kwanza side regarding the issue and did not get a response. The leader of the Wiper Party said that he cannot be involved in a stolen election, as has happened in the last 3 elections.
Lazima kuwe na mambo ya kufanya hivi. Bila kuwa na electoral commission mamlakani, haiwezekani. So tuliunda kamati Kenya kuisha hawa Kenya Kwanza. Waka KK kwanza. Wakatoa watu 7, tukatoa watu 7. Alafu wakaenda kule, the last time nilicheck walikuwa waanze kazi. Wakakubaliana, lakini team leader wa Azimio, Senator Mheshimiwa Senior Kanzo Otiende akaandika barua, mwenzake wa Kenya Kwanza akakataa kuijibu, and the issue was wasimamishe kazi ya kutafuta makamishna wapya pamoja na mwenyekiti wao. Hatuwezi kuwa na Chebukati mwingine Kenya hii. Yule Chebukati
alone that you are going to descend to this finance bill. Let your conscience guide you. Don't go by the numbers, because those numbers are deceitful and they are not honest.
Wote kutoka kila eneo 47 counties tuangushe hii finance bill ndio yende itengenezwe irudi ikiwa nzuri, ili mwananchi wa kawaida aweze kufaidika. Na naomba mwananchi pia ule mbunge wa kwako ambaye atapitisha hii finance bill, we deal na yeye akija huko ground.
One follower of controversial Pastor Paul Mackenzie has been arrested as team conducting exhumation managed to exhume 15 bodies from Shakahola Forest. So far, bodies exhumed from the horrific forest have hit 318. Coast Regional Commissioner Rhonda Onyancha, while giving the daily briefing, said DNA samples taken from relatives of the victims looking for their missing persons is still 93. She said the total number of missing persons is still 93, as I've said, and the total number of persons who have missed since day one is 613, while those that have been reunited with their families are 19 people. And as you can see on your screen, the death toll stands at 318. DNA samples conducted is 93. Arrests made so far is 36. Rescues made so far 95. Those bodies identified by families are 19, and those reported missing are 613. One suspect was arrested with no rescues made today. Nordin Haji was on Wednesday sworn in as the new Director General of the National Intelligence Service, NIS. Haji took the oath of office at State House in Nairobi at a ceremony presided over by President William Ruto. Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki was among other government officials in attendance. Haji now returns to the NIS, where he previously served as the Deputy Director of the Counter-Organized Crime Unit.
I, Nordin Mohammed Haji, do hereby swear by the Almighty God that I shall be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Constitution and Republic of Kenya, that I will at all times and to the best of my ability obey, protect, preserve and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will protect and uphold the sovereignty, integrity and dignity of the people of the Republic of Kenya, that I will diligently serve the people of the Republic of Kenya without fear, favor, bias, affection or ill will, that in the exercise of the functions entrusted upon me, I will at all times subject myself to the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, the National Intelligence Services Act, and all other laws relating now or in the future in force relating to my appointment in the National Intelligence Service. So help me God.
The spouse to the Deputy President, Dorcas Rigathi, spent the better part of Wednesday morning at the Kiambu prison in Kiambu County. Speaking while on the tour of the facility, Pastor Dorcas challenged the prisoners to reform by the time they are set free. She said there is a second chance for the prisoners after prison life. Her tour of the facility is in line with her boy-child agenda. Now, Pastor Dorcas also fed the 850 prisoners, promising to make frequent visits. The Deputy Commissioner, Kenya Prisons in charge of Central Region, Florence Omondi, said there are reforms in the correction facilities. Others present were Kiambu Town Member of Parliament, Honorable Mashua Waithaka, Deputy Commissioner, Kenya Prisons in charge of Central Region, Florence Omondi, Kiambu Prisons Officer in charge, Christine Mutisia, Kiambu County Commissioner, Joshua Nkanatha, and Nakada Director, Reverend Frederick Ngugi, among other leaders.
Munanileta prison kweli? Mumeingiza mimi kwa hizi wall kweli? Sasa nilizana mnagani kweli? Ai. Si nyinyi ndio mnatakikana kuniangalia na kunilinda. Sasa nyinyi ndio mnalindwa, mimi nalindwa na nani sasa huko? Mnaniangusha. Sasa mnachoma mpaka mnachoma ndani ya prison, sasa ni kazi gani? I'm very unhappy. Sasa mimi niko huko na jaribu silali na waombea, na jaribu kuona vile mtaenda kwa rehabs, vile mtapata kazi, alafu sasa anakuja na wakuta mumewekewa mawall kama haya, mmefungiwa huku ndani. It is not fair. It is not fair to me. My boy children, I love you, you know. Na nitaendelea kuwapenda, hata mkatae kupendwa, nitawapenda tu. Unajua sasa nawaangalia tu, mmeona hata nikalia. I'm just asking myself as a mother, what are you doing here? Mnafanya nini hapa? Naenda harusi. I'll be very happy as a mother. And you have what it takes. Hii plan ambaye wao mpango Mungu wako nayo, si wa special people, ni wa watu kama nyinyi. Wale wamekata kauli kubadilika, mtabadilika.
Insecurity at the border of Meru and the neighboring counties of Isiolo and Samburu has escalated following the killing of 5 people and theft of 500 cattle. Consequently, the Nchuri Njeke Council of Meru elders have threatened to lead demonstrations together with their animals and children to Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki's homestead. Led by their chairperson Linus Kathera, the elders say the attacks in the Igembe regions have left residents in the boots of poverty following the climate change that has left their major crop miraa unproductive. Bandits are now invading and stealing livestock, which had become an alternative way of surviving for the residents. Elders have said they have nothing to give their children nor anywhere safe to graze their livestock, and the best place to take them is at Kindiki's homestead.
Meru, sasa tunaomba serikali yetu tukufu, hasa sana Mheshimiwa Bwana Kindiki, tafadhali utuangalie kwa mawazo yote, sababu ni kama wa Meru tunataka kuandamana sote, tupeleke ng'ombe zetu kwake nyumbani kabisa, pia watoto, sababu watoto wetu wataenda hata shule, sababu mtu akipoteza ng'ombe kama jana ilienda ng'ombe 500 na njuzi ikaenda zingine 20 hapo, na mbuzi ikaenda nyingi na watu wakakufa. Katika hii mwezi tumepoteza watu 10.
Wacha serikali isiwe ina take action za ile mambo imefanyika.
Sasa ile watu wameuawa ndio tunaanza tunaongezwa polisi, tunaongezwa jeshi ende huko. Afadhali hii watu wawe pale ili hii kitu ikomeshwe. Tungetaka kusema hiyo mambo inasumbua sana. Unajua hii drought imeaffect Kenya nzima, si Meru peke yake. Na watu wa Egembe unajua they depend mainly on miraa. Na miraa also ifaji vizuri, na kuna wengine wanataka kuiita drugs. Na hata hiyo ile mkulima kulikuwa dalima kwa sababu mvua ilikuwa imepatikana kiasi, hii watu wa Samburu wanakuja wanaingiza ng'ombe inakula hiyo mahindi yao na maharagwe.
Now, still on matters to do with security, the Department of Security in the Western Region requires the management of all schools in the area to evict all the businessmen who built booths near the school, saying that some of them are using their businesses to distribute drugs among students. Kiprono Langat, the Western Area Police Associate, says their research has shown that some of those stalls are involved in the business of selling drugs mixed with food and sweets to students. Langat in his office has revealed that their investigation has begun into the business that has been completed and are ready to carry out an operation to arrest perpetrators. The police chief has admitted that apart from marijuana, there are other types of drugs that are used in the area, stressing the importance of his department to ensure that the distribution of drugs does not continue in the Western region.
Tumeweka mipango maalum ya kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna dawa ambayo inaweza kuingia katika nchi yetu. Na hiyo ndiyo maana tumeweza kushika hizo gari mbili. Pia hapo mbeleni tumeshika pia mabasi ya kutoka Uganda na nchi zingine zikiwa pia zimebeba madawa ya kulevya. Hatusemi ya kwamba Uganda wana safirisha. Ni watu wetu ambao wanaenda huko wanatafuta hizo madawa kisha wanaleta huko. Kwa sababu mtu wa Uganda hawezi jua soko liko wapi. Ni watu wetu ambao wanajua soko liko wapi, wanaenda kutafuta katika nchi za jirani. Vile vile pia magari ambayo tumeshika si za nchi jirani, ni mabasi yetu, malori zetu. Kwa hivyo inaonyesha kwamba ni watu wetu ambao wanaenda kutafuta hayo madawa ya kulevya. Na tumeweka pia maafisa wetu katika hali ya tahadhari kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna dawa ambayo inaweza kuingia. Kwa mwaka huu peke yake tumeshika takriban magari 8 ambayo imehusika kwa njia moja ama nyingine kwa kusafirisha